Now, one of the ways small urban black communities can rebuild themselves is through developing manufacturing and developing a supply chain in the clean tech space. Now, I've never understood why black communities don't engage in renewable energy in the clean tech space. We're talking about a supply chain that can create not just jobs, but also a tax base and a tax revenue for local urban communities here, not just in the state of Michigan, but other places as well. And let's say, for instance, you're building solar panels or you're building batteries for electric vehicles right there in Highland Park, right there in Inkster, right there in Ecorse, right there in River Rouge. And you have this type of skilled trade and skilled tech trades that's contributing to this supply chain to create a robust tax base and to improve the quality of life overall for those local communities. I think that's a win-win. But I think oftentimes we get caught up on things that don't matter in our community. And black politicians get caught up in things that is absolutely irrelevant. And we have people who sue each other that's irrelevant. And what I'm going with that is we could be spending our time and our energy on things that are positive to move into the 21st century and the fourth industrial revolution. I mean, you have a whole industry when you're looking at, you can build a whole industry around 3D printing homes. We can rebuild entire communities and local black communities with 3D printing, homes, cybersecurity, cloud computing, blockchain technology, fintech, banks close in our community. That's cool because we can download an app on our smartphones and still continue doing our banking by way of fintech. I mean, this is the 21st century. We should be focusing on these types of things. Drone technology, training people in drone technology. That is a big business. Building drones is a big business. Again, we're looking at a robust tax base. I think oftentimes, the problem with black leadership is it's in a crisis mode. No matter what city you're in, we're in a crisis mode. We practice tribalism towards one another. We eat each other. We don't support each other. We feel that we should all be Democrats, or you're a traitor to your race if you're a Republican, or all this infighting that goes on in black leadership. At the end of the day, we're still broke, we're still poor, we're still crying, we're still tying teddy bears around light posts, and we still have a disconnection between the supply chain between Africa, the Caribbean, and here in the United States to create a means of sustainability. And so we need to shift our way of thinking a little bit here, folks. And part of shifting our thinking is we need to start thinking globally. Period. We need to start thinking globally. We with all this technology that's here to build wealth and resources, we need to start thinking globally. We think in silos, and we practice politics in silos, and we practice business in silos, and we pretend that I can become a millionaire by myself. I don't need anyone to help me become a millionaire, knowing that you need a team and a network to help build your wealth. That's just common sense. And so, this whole individualism that we possess in our community is contributing to the crisis of the black intellectual in politics and business and technology, and we need to kill it before it becomes a bigger cancer in our community, not just in our local community, but our global community as well. This whole tribalism where you won't talk to each other because I'm from this tribe or this group or that group. It is absolutely absurd, especially when you're trying to build wealth in the tech space and the business and government space. We are falling further and further behind, folks. And what we need to be doing is taking control of the situation at hand. We need to empower our women. We need to empower our women. I'm going to say that one more time. We need to empower our women and not be afraid to allow our women to lead. But that means our women have to be held accountable for their actions as well with their men to create a balance within the community in which we're trying to raise up together. Okay? And that's important. You know, we don't need a room full of all men and there's no women, or one woman or two women in the room and all the men make all the decisions. This is not the 1950s. We're not in the 19th century. We're in the 21st century where women need to lead. And I'm saying that here on this broadcast. But we also need to understand that the type of leadership women should be leading is within the framework of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. And that's important, folks, that we need to understand that we are in a brand new space. And I'm going to be honest with you, things are going to continue to advance, whether you're here or not. Things are going to continue to advance. That's just how each generation operates. Each generation creates a better product, and it's going to continue to advance. So what we need to be doing right now is prepping the next generation within the confines of the Fourth Industrial Revolution with the tools that they need to take us to the next level. And that is why these millennials and Gen Zs and those after the Gen Zs are very important. Those who have not been born are very important, because the time is now to transform real Black leadership into a weapon that is untouchable.